Hello and welcome back to another update as we cover the latest developments throughout the front line in the Russo-Ukrainian war. We start out in the direction of Zaporizhia, where the Russian forces are launching counterattacks in the direction of the recently gained positions of the Ukrainian forces here west of Robotyne. We see that with the trenches being cleared by both sides, we now see that the Ukrainian forces managed to capture a couple of fortifications here to the west of Robotyne. And in turn, the Russians launched a counterattack where they tried to regain some of these positions and managed to take some Ukrainian forces prisoners, according to official reports and video evidence thereof. We then move on to the Kherson direction, where we see this footage from the areas here between the Dnieper River, where we see this video here, which showcases an area that is completely destroyed, a village by the riverbank, and it is hit by TOS systems on the Russian side, which means that the Russian forces are now able to take these artillery systems and pull them close enough to be able to use a TOS system, which is vulnerable because it generally has a range of between 5 and 10 kilometers to artillery from the other side. This means that the Russian forces have a large enough artillery advantage to pull their TOS systems close enough to actually launch attacks with it. And these TOS systems are very destructive as they burn up all the oxygen in the air, meaning that even if a soldier is not hit, as long as he is within the area of the explosion, he is vulnerable to the lack of air around him due to it being burned up by the explosion. Moving on to the Avdiivka area, we see here that the Russian forces continue their offensive operations in the direction of Stepove. However, they've been unable to advance further as the Ukrainian forces are able to put up a strong enough resistance to prevent the Russian forces from advancing further so far. So we're seeing that the Russian forces are heavily pressuring the Ukrainian defenses here by Stepove, but they are strong enough to hold them back. Finally, we move on to the Bakhmut direction, where both in the northern and southern flanks there is fighting reported. According to Russian sources, the Russian forces managed to break into Klishchivka, and fighting is now taking place within the village. However, this has not been confirmed yet with video evidence. Therefore, I've not made any territorial changes. As for the northern parts, we have seen here that in the direction of Bohdanivka, the Russian forces continue operations here, trying to break through the Ukrainian defenses, but are unable to so far. It seems that the Ukrainian forces are now focusing on defense, as we've heard no reports of the Ukrainian forces attempting advances over the past couple of days. However, there's always the chance that the Ukrainian forces are waiting to build up enough forces, for example, in the Zaporizhia direction, to continue operations there. There have been reports of fighting taking place there, but it's mostly just positional. As Zelensky said in his interview with The Economist, positional fighting is the name of the game right now. And that is going to be all for this update. Thank you for watching and have a great day.